मैं आप सभी का पुनः एक बार स्वागत करता हूं। इतना अच्छा लगता है कि हम तुरंत विषय बदलते रहते हैं। जिसका जिसमें भी इंटरेस्ट हो वो आदमी जुड़ते रहते हैं। मैं लुक ऑन द ब्राइट साइड, ये भी एक डे मनाया जाता है। देखिए, मतलब मैं पश्चिमी सभ्यता का रियली बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ। बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ कि उन्होंने हमें कई मौके दिए सेलिब्रेट करने के। आज हम वी आर सेलिब्रेटिंग टुडे Look on the bright side day. It is celebrated on 21st of December. अब वो इसके बारे में कुछ ज्यादा तो मुझे वो शैकत जी ही बताएंगे। मैं भी अननोन हूँ, लेकिन बी पॉजिटिव मेरा ब्लड ग्रुप है। तो मुझे अच्छा लगा कि बी पॉजिटिव मैं हमेशा पॉजिटिविटी खोजता हूँ। जिस ईश्वर ने कोरोना में भी पॉजिटिविटी खोजने की शक्ति दी, उस ईश्वर को शत शत नमन। एंड रियली ये एक बड़ा अच्छा एटीट्यूड है कि हम हर चीज को पॉजिटिवली देखें। जो हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है, जो होगा अच्छा होगा। और यदि कहीं कुछ गलत भी हो रहा है तो वो क्यों हुआ उसका हम विस्तृत एनालिसिस करें। मैं इन्हीं सब बातों पर सभी का आशीर्वाद चाहूंगा। शुरुआत करूंगा मैं शैकत बसु जी से, क्योंकि ये एक ऐसा विषय है कि जिसमें सब कोई बोल सकता है। तो इसीलिए हमारे आज के मुख्य वक्ता तो शैकत बसु जी और सुपर्णा सान्याल मुखर्जी जी। वो शायद नहीं जुड़ी हैं या सुतपा जी के नाम से जुड़ी हैं। मैं आदरणीय अग्निहोत्री जी को सादर आमंत्रित करता हूं उनके वक्तव्य के।
धन्यवाद। नमस्कार प्रोफेसर शर्मा जी, और हम अपने सभी अतिथि वक्ताओं का बहुत ही हृदय से आभारी हैं, उनका स्वागत करते हैं क्योंकि विषय इतना ओपन है और वर्ल्ड वाइड हम समझते हैं तो मनुष्य मात्र प्राणी मात्र के लिए है कि लुक ऑन द ब्राइट साइड डे। शायद विश्व स्तर पर ये एक ऐसा सार्थक दिवस है, इसके शब्दों के अर्थ ही इतने सार्थक हैं कि ये हमें पुनः प्राणी मात्र के लिए सद्भावना की याद दिलाता है। और हम लोग सर्वभूत हिते रतः वाले विश्वास के देश के निवासी हैं, जहाँ पर वसुदेव कुटुंबकम और सर्वभूत हितेरता की बात आती है। तो हम आदरणीय डॉक्टर शैकत बसु साहब का बहुत बहुत स्वागत करते हैं। उनकी विद्वता, उनकी फ्लुएंसी और उनके विषय पर पकड़, विषय कोई भी हो, केवल कहने भर की देर होती है। और वो उसको सार्थक रूप से स्थापित करते हैं कि इस विषय की, इस टॉपिक की विश्व में क्या सार्थकता है और उसको हम किस रूप में हमें लेना चाहिए। तो आपका हम बहुत बहुत स्वागत करते हैं। और साथ में हमारी दूसरी वक्ता जुड़ेंगी डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सान्याल मुखर्जी जी। उनका भी हम 2 दिन से बराबर से अच्छे से ज्ञान ले रहे हैं और बहुत ही अच्छा वो मार्गदर्शन दे रही हैं। आप दोनों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। और आप चर्चा शुरू करिए क्योंकि टाइम 15-20 मिनट हम लोग लेट हो चुके हैं पूरे निर्धारित हिसाब से। नमस्कार, स्वागत है।
Thank you very much for once again inviting me to this platform. आज का तो ये विषय बड़ा important है, like we know we highlight on so many aspects of life, but one of the most important aspect of life is being happy and being positive, which is to my mind is not a very easy thing. आपके इसके लिए practice करना चाहिए. Like this is not that हम कल से खुशी होना चाहे और हम खुशी बन हो जाए. This is not possible. It is also a practice. It is also a training of life that you need to develop, and it takes time to capture and capsize this and empower on this journey. So first of all, why do we need to be happy? It is very important. Like, what is the goal in our life? For some, earning money is a goal. For some, living a long life is a goal. For some, having great power. By power, I mean political power or authoritative power is important. They live and survive for that. So each one of us may have different goals in our life for which we survive and which helps us to even live or survive. But all this way of looking into life, whether it is healthy or whether it is helping us, it is a very important aspect to look into that. Because this is an Ayush Samriddhi platform, let me highlight a little bit about a doctor. So maybe we'll talk about an allopathic doctor. A doctor starts the journey, goes through this entrance exam, like walks off, for several hours, passing hard exam, going to the university, getting selected, going through the medical school, doing specialization. All these takes huge patience, lot of investment of money and time and hour. And once you have completed your degree and stuff, you start embarking on a journey that I have to retrieve. So much money I have spent, so much things I have done, so much time has gone into my education. Now it is time for me to reap the benefit of this high education. So I became a good doctor. I establish my big chamber. I get known in big circles, and I become busy over the time, hopping from one dispensary to another. And as more and more my life becomes significantly important and successful as a doctor, I'm jumping from one place to another, one hospital to another, one consultation center to another. Slowly, I would start to look that I do not have time to sleep properly. I am collecting a lot of money. Then I'm also worried about income tax. These IT people are coming up, whether they are coming after me. I'm not giving enough time to my family. So there are family disruptions that is happening. And if I am reaching my old age, I'm crossing 50, 55, 60, I'm finding that my daughter and son has grown up without actually ever knowing me very properly. And now that I find that I'm getting complaints about my son doing this, a complaint about my daughter not doing this, and I'm feeling sad. And I'm saying that so much money I have spent for you, so much successful I have been. What is there that I have not provided you in life? Why is that my son is not like this? Why is that my daughter has not grown up in the way that I would demand? Why is that I am not getting back the same thing that I used to get back from my parents? As my success has been so much monumental, I have got so much money, so much success, so much power, but my kids are not doing that good. They are going in wrong directions. Or I am finding today that I have diabetes. Tomorrow I have high cholesterol. Next day that my heart rates are going up. I am having heart ailments or endocrinological problems or even cancer or whatnot. So all the money that I have hoarded and all the enjoyment that I thought was an enjoyment for me, ultimately I am finding that they have not yielded any positive result in my life. And I'm sad. I am sick. I am restricted to my bed. My kids do not come and take any interest to ask me how I am doing, and I am cursing God. I am cursing my destiny. I am cursing everyone, cursing my poor wife. Whoever is around me, everyone is responsible other than me for this miserable life that I have found now. That when I'm restricted to bed, I have retired from my big position. Once this chair is gone, no one cares for me anymore. But little by little, if we get time to reflect into our own life, we would realize that it is myself or it is me who is responsible for this destructive career path that I have taken. No one asked me to make so much money or hoard so much money. No one asked me to spend 80% of my time outside home, not to take care of my family, not to give time to my kids when they're growing up. I never had time to sit down and talk with them during their adolescent age. I don't even know which classes they are. I am just bringing money and I'm rising through the steps of success every day. I have sacrificed a lot in my life, and I realize that at that particular age point when I have realized that all that I have hoarded is just a waste. All the false pride that I have has gone to waste. Everything that I have hoarded, nothing is that I will be able to carry with myself. If it was possible that when I die, I could package it, or if I could do it a courier to go where the heaven or hell or whichever world that I'm going, if I could take those with me, that would have been really a great investment of my life. But unfortunately, the truth is that we have come naked to this world, and one day we have to leave this world naked. You cannot take a single penny that you have earned. You cannot take the honor that you have got. You cannot take the fear that you have created among other people by your strong presence and take their love or respect with you. You come as a beggar, you leave as a beggar. This is the truth of life. And once we realize that how important it is for us to realize that no matter how much powerful I am, no much how much prestigious aristocratic family that I was born, no much how much wealth I am leaving behind me, but I'm living like a pauper. There is there will be a few cries here and there after I pass away, and then soon after we would figure out that maybe after a year or two or a three, the fresh garland that my son was to bring for me and put it on my photo frame has changed into a plastic garland that he permanently puts there, and maybe after every 2 3 months washes them in the washing machine so that it looks shiny and put it back there. Maybe I used to put some diyas in front of my parents when they passed away. My kids are not even going to bother to put a diya or to even remember my death of passing away by the time I have passed away. So this is life where we consider ourselves to be so important in collecting amazing wealth and doing everything, but not keeping myself happy or not attempting to keep people around me happy. Now, we will all know that money is important, that we cannot live without money, but making money the sole goal and aim of your life actually does not lead you anywhere. So, it is important for us to understand that all this wealth, success, money, huge achievements that we think that we have achieved in life leads us nowhere. When we are sick at the old age, when I cannot even walk up to the washroom,
Be positive.
when when I'm struggling to move forward, I realize that all this thing that I have collected in my life is futile, is useless. Nothing that this wealth can give me good health or return me my young age that I have lost. The time that I have not given to my kids, the time that I have taken away from my family for amassing this wealth, I have lost the opportunity to enjoy the family life, which I don't realize. And by the time I realize, I cannot get those time back. Like money can buy possibly everything, but money cannot buy you the time that you have lost in your life. So it is important for us to realize that to be positive in life, we need to utilize the time judiciously and to utilize the time to make us happy, not make us sad at the end of our life or career when we find everything around us is dark. But if on this particular journey, when I'm 60 and I have realized this goal of my life is, yes, money is not important, I need to find peace, I need to find enjoyment, your time is gone. So you need to realize this when you start, when you are 20, when you are 30, when you are 40. If you don't realize that having a positive attitude in life is important, and how to have a positive attitude in life is to be happy or content with what you have. Most of us are not happy with what we have got in our life. Of course, it is important that everyone should strive for excellence. Everyone should do their best to reach the next level, but not at the cost of your life, not as the cost of your time, in a way that you are completely cut off from the society, completely cut off from your family, completely cut off from your loved ones and friends, or even the God that you pray. It is in among Hindu communities, we are so much proud of our culture and heritage, but you will realize that we are praying. The real prayer come when I am in trouble, when income tax is behind me, or I have been diagnosed with a disease, or I have done everything, but my daughter is not getting married, or my son is not getting a job, or his wife is sick. It is only when you are in trouble, only when you are in pain, it is only then that your prayers to the Almighty is the real prayers. Rest of the time, it is ornamental prayers. Ornamental prayer means, oh God, thank you very much, give me this money, take care of me, I am starting this day, make sure I get 30 patients, make sure they come with at least 500 minimum. I'm planning to make my fees go 700 or 900, etc. for the next month. Give me this, give me that, help me with this, I'll give you laddu, I am praying for this, I'll go to Tirupati, I'll go to this temple, I'll go to that temple. And that same man, after doing a puja, I come back into my factory and I'm adulterating the milk of the children with chemicals so that I can make profit. So all this humpa jumpa that we do in front of God is actually very ornamental. It is a reflection of our selfish self, in which we are all looking for making, gaining, and profit. And even with our Almighty, or even with our altered ego, we are doing some kind of a business. You will see in southern India, if you go anywhere, there is a lot of business people do with Lord Tirupati. Like Lord Tirupati is a partner in your business. Your business has the name of Lord Tirupati. Every morning you are shaving your hair, going to the temple, praying, oh God, give me the strength, give me so that I can treat people very nicely and make a lot of money. If this is what is the definition of happiness for you, and then one day you learn that your wife has cancer, then when you are praying to God with tears coming down your eyes, that's the real prayer that is coming out, because now you are in pain. The pain that you have given to so many other people for earning that money, now that you have realized that all the wrong things that you have done, all the shortcuts that you have taken in your life is damaging your life. So it is very important from the very beginning to understand what happiness is. What in happiness is, in a very simple term, first to keep yourself happy. And to be happy is to be content with what you have. Every time if you are looking for making more profit, every time if you are looking for more money, if you are looking for hoarding money, and you are expecting that one day your son and daughter will be Sushil and they will also take care of you, it's not happening, because they are learning from you through your actions that money is the most important thing. Relationships are not, family is not, role and responsibility towards the society is not, particularly among Indians. One of the shortcomings we have in life is, doing good to yourself, doing good to your immediate loved ones, doing good to your immediate neighbors, friends, and stuff. But when it comes to returning back to the society, we are the worst of the community in returning back. We do not want to return anything to the society. We feel that if you go to the temple and buy 20 kg of gold for putting onto the crown of the god or the goddess, all my paps will be washed away and I will make more profit. But I fail to see the poor man shivering in cold outside the temple standing there. I am putting milk, tons and tons of milk in Gujarat on the top of Lord Shivalinga in Somnath temple. But the hungry kids are waiting outside, which have nothing to eat. I never ever thought about giving them a piece of bread and the milk instead of draining on the lingam of Lord Shiva. If I would have given them to the hungry people, maybe I would have got more blessings. Why am I putting it on Lord Shiva's Shivalinga? Oh, sorry. No, like it is not muted. We try. Can you hear me now? Okay. Okay, sorry, I may have missed this part. I'm just going to repeat this last part. Is that, many times we go to Lord Shiva's temple and we are pouring down containers of milk on the top of the lingam. And it is also a very, we may call ourselves pious, but I think this is a very selfish action. It is because that we are doing chaplacy. We think by draining that milk on the lingam of Lord Shiva, all the pap that we have done, all the sins that we have done, the cheatings that we have done to make so much money will be washed away. I am putting milk on the lingam of Lord Shiva, but when I'm chala gaya?
ठीक है.
Is the sound there or gone? Okay, thank you. But I have ignored. Okay, I have ignored the little young boy shivering in the cold, standing outside without any clothes to cover him during the winter. I never offered him a glass of milk. I never bothered to give him a piece of bread. But all this is I am putting on a idol, thinking that my chaplacy will help me to survive the things that I have done. So this is how, we do a lot of puja, a lot of worship, but we are not happy. So in the Gita, when I was young, this phrase that we always say, what do you call it? That never expect anything. Never expect anything, but do the best that you can without expecting anything. It's a teaching of Bhagavad Gita that the whole world has acknowledged, but we as Hindus, we have learned it, have read it, but we have not been able to aggregate, install it in our own life. Like, this is like giving software copies to everyone for eradicating virus in their computer, but I have not installed that software in my own computer so that the virus is infecting me. First of all, is because we have very high expectations from ourselves, right? For example, 20 years back when we were students, failing an exam was a shameful thing. Like, it is still, I cannot be very proud to say that I have failed this exam, I have bombed this exam, but it was never a crime. Like, anyone can fail exams. There are various reasons that an individual fail an exam. It is only that with trembling heart that I see that failing an exam for students now is a crime. They're killing themselves. I mean, is great in losing in one exam or losing 1 year and stuff. The potential that you have, it is not to humiliate you. It is not the humiliation that I have not been able to complete the class or the course and others have moved forward. It is for me to understand that I lack in certain abilities. I need to put in some more efforts so that I do better and make myself at par and do better, and the whole life is in front of me. But today that we see that all the universities and stuff, that students who fail an exam are committing suicides. Life has become so cheap. We cannot look beyond the passing and failing of an exam because we are ascribing your action only to success. Every school and university teaches us how to be successful, right? Every school and university is teaching us how to be successful, but not a single university in this world, not a single school in this world teaches you how to accept failure gracefully, how to accept, like, you cannot be a winner every time. Every now and then we have to fail, and how to accept the failure in our life and how to learn from the failure to be a better person, to be a better researcher, to be a better doctor, or to be a better in everything is an important lesson of our life. We unfortunately consider failure to be such an unsuccess of our life that the big teachings of failure that should have empowered us in the long life, we completely miss it out, and we are giving up our lives, particularly our young generation doing it. And it is not just the case of India. I am seeing this around the world, that younger people are more impatient. Every failure in their life is resulting in suicide, resulting in depression, resulting in anxiety. And all this is because we are not learning how to live happy. To be happy, happiness varies from one individual to another, and to be happy you have to learn how to be content with what you have. You may have 20,000 rupees and you are a happy man. You can consider yourself to be rich man. You can have 20 crores of rupees. You can still not consider yourself to be a happy man. For Ambani and Adani, losing 20 crore rupees on a day is nothing. But for poor me, if I lose 20 crore of money, I am gone. I don't think I'll be able to get up on my feet on the very next day because I do not have this training. No one has trained me how to survive when I lose everything and start from the scratch, and how to learn from my mistakes so that I do not do this one more time. The easiest way, the path of least resistance, is I go to the Ganges and I jump from the bridge and end my life. Or, like, you put fire on your body and you die, or you take poison. This is the easiest way. But our karma, as if we accept that there is this doctrine of karma, unless you have completed whatever good or bad is assembled on your path, in the next life you have to go through the same thing. So I tell everyone, if you accept the doctrine of karma, if bad things are happening to you, if you are going through pain, if you are going through challenges, face them boldly, face them gracefully. Try and finish having all the pains and gains in this life before you complete your life naturally. Because if you complete your life unnaturally, our ancient scriptures tells you that you will be reborn, and whatever has been left out in this life will be added as a compound interest on your next life. So why take this problem? If you are taking money from the bank, we try and pay them back. Unless you are Ambani and Adani's, where you do not need to pay things back. But in the heavenly bank, where there is no discrimination between whether you are a Saikat Basu or you are a Lucha Lafenga or you are a Adani Ambani, everyone has to go through the same heaven and hell. There is no bribery. There is no way you can cut short your way. Everyone has to go through that same golden standard of life. So we have to prepare us for these thinking in this mind, that there is this morality, that richness is not everything, grabbing power is not everything, having a high position, securing a position in your public service commission or becoming an IS or an IPS officer is not everything. Your life is not coming to an end if you think that you have not been able to achieve that. Your life is much bigger than that. Our life is much bigger than that. And we will be happy. This is what I have realized at this age, in by giving away. Like rather than collecting all and hoarding everything for me and my family for the distant future that I am planning, that future will be secure, lot of money for my old age, lot of security bonds, FDs for my old age, everything would be great. I don't know. 2 years down, I may have cancer. And all these FDs and stuff and all the gold that I have hoarded and all the income tax that I have not paid and cheated the government and the society is gone, is going through the drain, because I am going to the hospital and I'm spending huge amount of money on that. Why not think it about other ways, that we all have to live a healthy life? We all have to maintain a standard of life in where, but if we accept what we are getting and try at least returning 5% back to the society in which we are born, at least 2% or at least 1% to the society in which we were born, you'd realize how happy you are. Like our rajas, rajwadas, all this stuff, they have built big temples, huge constructions, big bridges and stuff. And then at the end of the life, why did they do that? One of the things was that my name will stay in history for a long, long period of time, that I have made these colossal constructions. My name will be written in the golden words in the history. But I have never helped a poor man, like with a piece of bread or a coin, so that this man can survive, because I do not consider himself to be a human. So then when I am having diseases, when I am restricted to bed, then I am realizing, oh my goodness, this poor beggar still can move around. He has nothing, but he still is free to move around. He is having a healthy life, while in spite of hoarding so much money, I can only have 2 chapatis and maybe 1 chapati in the morning and a little tea. Most of the foods has been cut off from my diet. I cannot enjoy life because most of the time I have never taken care of my health. Every time that hoarding of money, hoarding of power, political power stuff has taken away a big chunk of my life, which I cannot get back. So this is a reality, that it is not that I am giving a new, sermon to you, or it is not a new pravachan that I am sharing with all my friends on this platform. We all know this. Each one of us is aware of this. It is only the fact that we are not being able to incorporate this into our life. I have lived a long part of my life in Western countries, where I find that they do not know much. They may have read a little summary of Bhagavad Gita. They may have known a few aspects of Bhagavad Gita, but how they have implemented Bhagavad Gita in their life is something for us to learn from them. Because if they, when unfortunately we lose a daughter or a son or a closed one, our whole world comes shattering down. Like many people get sick by losing someone, like your wife at the age you get sick, or losing the husband. You are mentally so broken down that you cannot take the next step in their life. It is to learn from them that they have this innate ability to, what I say, swallow the sadness of the life and move forward. Westerners have this, and this is the reason they have been more successful and happy compared to us, in that particular sense that we are very much down when any types of unacceptable or uneventful event happen to my life. I have very rarely seen them asking this question, why this happened to me? Rather, they would say that this has happened to me. How can I cope up with this in my life? I'm learning how to cope up with my life, with these changes, an accident that has happened. May have lost a limb or something like that. Even person who are physically handicapped are so much empowered mentally, and they have such strong positive thinking that I could see that they could do everything. A person on a wheelchair in India is almost like a dead man. But a person with a wheelchair in a Western country is giving lecture, traveling, going to the bank, going to the doctor, doing exercises, trying and having a healthy life and a healthy diet, he still looks into the next 10 years of his life rather than crying the next 10 years what he had in the past and what he cannot enjoy anymore. He has learned to accommodate his life according to the needs of the present time. This is very, very important for us, that unless we realize this, that we have to evolve, we have to train ourselves to adapt to our current conditions. Those people who do that will definitely have a happier life. Those people who cannot do that, who cannot look beyond a particular point of success, like you have lost a son or you have lost a business and you are always brooding upon that. I'm very sympathetic towards that individual, but brooding on that does not help us to move forward. It only drags you downward, downward and downward. So out of every aspect in our life, we need to look into the positive aspect. So for example, if I have lost money, I have to train myself to think that I would have lost more money. If I have lost a limb, I would have to boost myself by saying I could have lost another limb and been completely paralyzed. At least I am walking and traveling, and I should be thankful to God that this has happened to me, and this has given me an opportunity to realize how our soldiers who serve in the border and have deformities because of their service, from the bombs and stuff or taking part in the war, they are dying to protect us. How important they are for us will only realize when we have a similar kind of accidents in our life. These days, our kids are very arrogant, like because they are used to get everything so easily. The parents are providing them with the every amenities in their life that they can provide based on their financial income and social status, that they get things so easily that they do not learn to be forgetful, they do not learn to be respectful, they do not think of returning anything to the society because they have never struggled. Every time, everything they need, the parents have jumped. We only have one or two kids, and mostly nowadays we are having only one kid, and it's the apple of our eye, and we are providing them everything. And what is the result? They are turning obese, they are having early diabetes, they have turning early metabolism related disorder, heart diseases and stuff. Young people are dying at the age of 30. Do you think that as parents you are not responsible for this? We are responsible for this, because why you thought that when he or she is crying, giving that piece of chocolate will not only show how your status, but you are providing more to your children than anyone else. There is a pride in that I can provide through my income everything that you thought that this was your success. But when you look into your kids 20 or 30 years down, and the bad habits that you have allowed them to develop over this year through your extra tender loving care, without giving them actually the direction in which they need to grow, then you are responsible as a parent for destroying their love. You through your love, you thought you have done a lot for your kids, but if you look positively into that, you will realize you have destroyed the life of your kids. How many times of our kids who can afford vehicle, every time they are going for exam, every time they are going to the universities and stuff, we provide them with a car. I am going on the bus, but I am giving the car to my kid so that he can go and write the exam as if he's going to get a Nobel Prize. But we are not training them what they would do on the days when there is no vehicle, there is a hartal. The kid does not know how to navigate, or whether to take alternative routes and stuff, knows nothing, because I have always provided him with the car. And the day when he or she is failing, he's putting that all that blame on you. It's like the story of Balmiki, who said that, like, for all the crimes I'm doing for my family, all my sins will be partitioned, and all my family members will take a part of my sin when they die, and this is how we will be dissipating the sins that we have collected. And then when he went and asked his family members, he learned that they want to enjoy the amenities he has provided, the money that he has provided, but no one is ready to take the sin that he has committed as a part of their sin and help him go to get the salvation. So this is maybe a story, but this is a rekindling. This is an example in our life that we are responsible for our action. And when we question that why my son is like this, why my kid is like this, then I am the one who has generated this monster. So I should blame myself, not the society, not the system, not anyone else. for creating your kid not to learn to be respectful, not to learn the realities of the life, because I have always provided him the best to think that this is what the life would be. But life would put us through different challenges, and unless we train
Second,
ourselves like this, we won't be able to handle
time,
this. Yeah.
time, time, time
Yes,
is
yes,
too.
yes. Yes, yes. So this is where I conclude, and I extend my sincere thanks once again to you for getting me to this platform. So be content, and you will be happy if you learn to live what you have and learn to adapt to the situations in your life and work accordingly. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर शेखर। जब बोलना शुरू करते हो उसके बाद एक्सीलेंट, अरे गजब, गजब है रे भाई, गजब है रे भाई। आई वेलकम मैडम जी, अग्निहोत्री सर, अरे गजब जी गजब।
मैं नहीं सोचता प्रोफेसर पवन शर्मा जी आपका कोई शब्द होगा जिसमें आप डॉक्टर शेखर जोशी जी के इस एड्रेस के लिए कह पाए। मैं समझता हूँ मैंने आज तक जितनी उनकी हमने एड्रेसेस सुने हैं, आज का सुपर डुपर है। न इससे पहले कभी कोई ऐसा एड्रेस उन्होंने दिया और न इसके बाद शायद देंगे, क्योंकि एक्सट्रीम हो गया। और मैं ये तो नहीं कहूंगा कि आप अपने प्रेयर को बदल दीजिए या अल्टरनेट कर दीजिए, लेकिन प्रेयर के बाद ही कुछ इनके ऐसे एड्रेस पॉइंट हैं जो आप चला
आवाज नहीं आ
सकते
रही सर आपकी?
हैं। नहीं, आवाज आनी चाहिए।
आवाज नहीं आ रही?
अरे आई कैन हियर हिम।
मैंने कहा उनके कुछ एड्रेस में कुछ ऐसे वर्ड्स हैं जो आप अपने प्रेयर चलाने के बाद जोड़ सकते हैं। इतने स्लोगन निकाले इन्होंने। सबसे पहला स्लोगन मैंने जो पाया, यू केम एज बेगर एंड लीव द वर्ल्ड एज बेगर। ये टोटल थीम हो गई। भागवत यहीं पर शुरू होता है, यहीं समाप्त हो जाता है, और इसके ही इर्द गिर्द उन्होंने सारी चर्चाएं की। पहले को तो अपने को मान के मेरा ये हुआ, मेरा हुआ, मैं तो घबरा गया, अभी तो नहीं कुछ हुआ ऐसा, लेकिन सब कुछ उन्होंने बोल दिया। एक नया शब्द इनके वोकैबुलरी से मेरे सामने आया, वो है ऑर्नामेंटल पेयर। पहली बार मेरे कान के किनारे आया ऑर्नामेंटल पेयर। तबीयत ही खुश हो गई। मैं एक एक शब्द को इतने एकाग्र होकर सुन रहा था। इन्होंने 3 चीजों पर जोड़ दिया, मनी, टाइम एंड पीस। क्या मिल पाता है आपको क्या एफर्ट्स करने पर। इन्होंने और बताया कि लॉर्ड तिरुपति की पूजा आपकी बिजनेस से पूजा नहीं है। बहुत सी चीजें ऐसी जो नोट करते चला गया। 5% बैक करिए सोसाइटी को जो भी आप अर्न करते हैं। और इन्होंने भगवत गीता की लर्निंग वेस्ट में ज्यादा क्यों फॉलो की जा रही है, मैं इस कंक्लूजन पहुंचा कि हमारे जितने भी आज के आध्यात्मिक गुरु आश्रम और महामंडलेश्वर हैं, इनमें से स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने शिकागो में जाके बताया था, तो उनको ज्यादा प्रभाव पड़ा। हम यहाँ बैठे ही रह गए। ये तो हम लोग सोचते हैं हम इंडियन तो सब जानते ही, हमारा तो अपना है ही है। यही चीज बौद्ध धर्म का हुआ। जितना चाइना में, नेपाल में और श्रीलंका में और बर्मा में, थाईलैंड में पहुंचा है, उतना इंडिया वाले अपने और धर्मों के नाते नहीं पहुंचा पाए, लेकिन उनकी प्रीचिंग गजब की थी। तो ये जो प्रीचिंग सामने आई है, इसको देखते लगता है कि हम हाउ टू एक्सेप्ट द फेल्योर ग्रेसफुली। बहुत बड़ा शब्द है, बहुत बड़ा वाक्य है, हाउ टू एक्सेप्ट द फेल्योर ग्रेसफुली। सारी यूनिवर्सिटी फेल है, कोई नहीं ऐसा बता पा रहा है। तो ये जो चीजें हैं कि हमें डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ कर्मा यदि हमें फॉलो करना है, जिसमें कि वो कहना चाहते थे कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते, जिसको उन्होंने इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेट करके बताया। तो ये सारी की सारी बातें, ये सारी भावनाएं जो है, निश्चित रूप से हमारी जो बाद बाकी जब हम सफर करते हुए जो प्रेयर करते हैं, वो डायरेक्ट आई कॉन्टेक्ट से ईश्वर से होती है, चाहे कोई चित्र है या कोई आइडल है। लेकिन अन्यथा में एक फॉर्मेलिटी पूरी करते, बहुत सही शब्दों में कहा, क्योंकि वो पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ बना लिया है। उसमें डेडिकेशन, डिवोशन और कमिटमेंट कितना है वो हर इंडिविजुअल अपना कह सकता है। तो ये फॉलो द प्रोसीड्योर, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। हम अपने उनको कैसे करें, बहुत ही गजब की जी, सॉलो द सैडनेस एंड फॉरवर्ड द
डॉक्टर शेखर, रियली सैल्यूट, ग्रेट,
सॉलो द सैडनेस
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू,
प्रोसीड फॉर द लाइफ। बहुत ही मेरे स्लोगन निकल आए आपके इस पूरे एड्रेस से, जो हम लगातार लिखते चले जा रहे थे। और गजब का भाई, आपके लिए सब्जेक्ट माने नहीं रखता है, सब्जेक्ट को आपने हरा दिया। विषय रहित आप चर्चा जो है अनंत काल तक चलती है। और सांस लेने का तो लगता है आपको अधिकार ही नहीं है। सांस लेना उस वाक्य का काम है जो आपको आपसे बुलवा रहा है। वही चोरी छिपे सांस लेवा दे तो लेवा दे। गजब भाई, रियली ईश्वर आपकी ये बुद्धि और ये योग्यताएं ऐसे ही इंटैक्ट रखे और आगे से आगे इनमें वृद्धि होती रहे। आज आपका सुपर डुपर एड्रेस था और बहुत ही मानवीयता से परिपूर्ण था। इसमें कोई बुरे भले वाले वाली बात नहीं। हम जल भी चढ़ाएं, हम दूध भी चढ़ाएं, लेकिन सफरर को जरूर कंसिडर करें। तो यही चीज है, इफ यू वांट टू बी हैप्पी, you can earn happiness only with the view that you provide happiness to others, those who are in need of। वो अगर कर लेंगे तो आपको अपनी हैप्पीनेस प्राप्त करने में कोई अपनी तरफ से एफर्ट नहीं करने पड़ेंगे, ऑटोमेटिकली रिटर्न गिफ्ट की तौर पर आएगी। ये बहुत चीज आपने बढ़िया बताई। तो सफरर्स को हमें कराना है, एंड वो प्राणी मात्र के लिए, उसके लिए केवल ह्यूमन के लिए नहीं, सभी को। अब बच्चे आजकल डॉगी हैं और सब हैं, उनको अब गारमेंट्स देना, उनको खाना खिलाना, उनको प्रोटेक्शन देना, उनको शेल्टर देना, बहुत सारे ऐसे कॉन्सेप्ट है जो हमारी सोसाइटी में अब थोड़ा सा प्रिवेल कर रहे हैं। बाकी आपने जो छोटे परिवार की बात बताई, प्रॉस्पेरिटी की बात बताई, बच्चों को आगे बढ़ाने में आती है, नुकसान हो
एक
रहा है।
स्पीकर बाकी है।
ये यस यस सर, मैं उनकी इतनी तारीफ करूं, उनके उनके विचार इतने सारे आ गए कि हम लोग पूर्ण लाभान्वित हो गए। और मतलब ये तो मतलब एक धृष्टता होगी जो उनको रोका जाए, उनको
नहीं
स्टॉप
नहीं
करना
नहीं,
है।
कोई बात नहीं। लाइक एवरी टाइम आई कम टू द प्लेटफॉर्म, आई एम आल्सो लर्निंग फ्रॉम यू नो, लाइक दिस इज अ शेयर प्लेटफॉर्म। तो हम
हाँ,
हम हम सभी एक दूसरे से जान रहे हैं, सीख रहे हैं। तो ये बड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटी है। थैंक यू वेरी मच आपके शब्दों के लिए।
बहुत
थैंक यू,
बढ़िया।
थैंक
आपने बाहर रह के भारत की जो थाती है वो बताया, वाल्मीकि जी का भी आपने
जी सर।
उदाहरण दिया। सब कुछ बहुत ही रेयरेस्ट ऑफ द रेयर आज आपने बता दिया। थैंक यू सो, थैंक
थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
मैं डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सन्याल मुखर्जी जी को सादर आमंत्रित करता हूँ। I would like to invite Dr. Suparna ji, the second firebrand speaker. Welcome. Great, great man. Really, we welcome you.
Very good evening. Very good all of you, all the dignitaries and speakers, co-speaker, whoever is there in this platform. I welcome you all. The today's topic, though Dr. Bashu told me at 8:30 p.m. So I was in a train. I was returning back from Bolpur. So within this few time, I just concentrate myself and I'm telling the positivism and success. Positivism and success in the context of realism. In the context of realism, it has been observed that I can go to the two things. Number one, in sociology or social anthropology, Emile Durkheim, he was the French sociologist. He said, and he provided, and he introduced anomy theory. In this anomy theory, he was believed that everything has happened in positivism, in the thinking of positivism. We considered four armchair sociologists like Auguste Comte, Emile Durkheim, Herbert Spencer, and the Karl Marx. So they considered the armchair sociologist, and they always giving us the sources of positivism. So what is the sources of positivism? As an anthropologist, I can boast on it. Whatever has happened in this universe have done by the human being only. Whatever is going on, what has happened is happening and would be happen only because of the human being. What is the keynote? What is the key factor? That is the positivism. The positivism was there, that's why we are surviving. The positivism was there, that's why the human being survived, and we are just standing on our 2 feet because we have come from quadruped to biped. So bipedalism, when the human being has stand on the bipedalism has come, so the total body structure has been changed and the thinking power has been changed. So we are the human being, we don't have any defense mechanism. Every animals have their defense mechanism, but we don't have any defense mechanism, only our brain capacity. So this capacity we are implementing every aspects of life. If we can go to the Ramayana Mahabharata, we will see that everything happens for positivism. This positivism is your conscious and subconscious mind's philosophy. So in the conscious mind, we can do everything, whatever we are doing. So in subconscious mind, we don't know what is happening in our subconscious mind, and the feedback going to the conscious mind to subconscious mind. So this subconscious mind is very active in the sense this subconscious mind will give you the positive feedback. If we think the positive, so we can do the positive. If we can think the negative, we can do the negative. So who has created us? God has created us? No, we have come through the evolution. When we have come through the evolution, so this is the conception that who has created us, that is a very big explanation. Whether man has created the God or the God has created the man. There is the explanation. So everything, whatever the ism, like Hinduism, Krishna, if we can follow that, they all have told that positivism. So do the good work, you will get back the feedback, the good things. You do the bad work, you will feedback. So one thing is there, we also believe, like I am cursing you in this way, or in any room or any platform. So there is no one. So we think that no one can hear my voice. But yes, if I have the subconscious mind can think about your bad thing for you, that means it is in the frequency. That frequency, my father used to tell that, don't say any bad thing to anyone. बिकॉज किसी को मन में दुख मत पहुंचाना. अगर दुख आप पहुंचे हो तो वो दुख आपके पास जरूर लौट के आएंगे. और किसी को भी बुरा मत बोलना. अगर कुछ बुरा बोलो तो तुम्हारे पास भी वो लौट के आ जाएंगे. Maybe. So if I can do the good thing for anyone, so that the person, the to whom I have done it, maybe it is not I can return back that particular person, but the someone can giving back to me. If I have done bad thing for this particular person or whoever is there, so that bad portion may not be for the same person, but some other person I can feedback this bad thing. So this is the reciprocal system in reality, real life, in reality factor. So basically, Dr. Basu also said that our son may be there, they cannot look after us, they cannot giving us the last time ride. So not necessarily. What I am doing for myself, what I am feeling, that feeling is mine. If I can do the better thing where I am feeling that I am success, or I am feeling myself is happy, myself, that means my soul is feeling that happy, that means I am happy. So this is the consciousness. In conscious mind, if I can feel that I am happy, that means I am happy. At the same time, ये कोई बात नहीं है कि हम पैदा होते जब हम नंगा आए थे और हम जब लौट जाएंगे तब नंगा जाएंगे. No, this is objectionable. This is objectionable. Just because of I have put I have written it. So there is the dead body must get the respect, due respect. In any dead body, in which condition the people will die, this dead body should get the respect, and that's why you can observe it that now this burning heart, wherever you can go, there is no one without clothes. So everyone, whatever they are wearing, they can get into the burning position. So this is the one step which I have done in my consciousness. I try to, because I feel that this is the success of positivism in real life. At the same way, if I am myself written in my CV that my religion is humanity. I am not a Hindu, not a Muslim, not a Christian, not a Buddhist, not a Jain, nothing. I am nothing, but my religion is humanity. Why? Because we have belonging to the human species. We are the human species. Our scientific name is Homo sapiens sapiens. And these isms are the cult. These isms are cult. We are maintaining the cult in every ism. Hinduism have their own ideological view. The Jainism has their own ideological view. The Buddhism has their own ideological view. The Islamic has the own ideology. So if we can depend on Vasudeva Kutumbakam, that means that we are in a same platform. So our religion should be the only one religion. We should belong for the only one religion. That is the positivism, and that is the success for human being, because we have no differences. If we are when we are coming for the evolutionary trend, we are maintaining the one world. If it is the one world, one person, one thing, one oath, that means the religion will be the same. Everyone's religion is one. If we can come to the same roof, there should not be any kind of conflict. There should not be any kind of racism, because in the previous sector or the earlier section, we have found it out that we belong from the three races, like Caucasoid, Negroid, and Mongoloid. This Negroid and Caucasoid, they have the skin color differentiation, and this skin color differentiation, we have seen that in the European and African, there was a conflict. But when we think that in positive approach, that there is no color differentiation in between the human being, so nowadays we are getting this peaceful life. At the same time, Charles Darwin said that the survival is the fittest. When the survival is the fittest, at the same time he said that interspecific and interspecific surviving we are doing in our everyday life. When we are going to the interspecific surviving, so we have to think in the positive way, otherwise we cannot do anything. The positivism is the main factor. Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he told that whatever you think yourself, you are being. Swami Vivekananda said, yes, it is the way, awake, arise, not stop till the goal is reached. In Bible, Jesus Christ said, Jesus in the formation of Jesus said, ask, it will be given, seek, you will find, and knock, it shall be open unto you. So if we can feel that everything is in that way, so every religion is telling the good thing, but in the name of the religion we are doing the bad thing. So this is not, we are not acting in the positivism. In the Mahabharata, we have seen the full of science. The every depiction is a science. Every points of view is a science. So full of science. That thing we can learn. We are just inventing. So on that cases, on that time period, if we can think that what was the philosophy? That philosophy was the positivism. So everything has happened on belief. That is the realism. In real life, what we are doing every day in every aspects of life, that is the positivism. Not that so every individual is great in his own place. Every individual has the potentiality. Every individual born with a specific talent, but we never ever counsel it. Our system is never ever counseled from the childhood. If it can counsel, and after counseling, if we can enter into our curriculum system, then everyone is the great in their own place. Everyone should have been the power. Everyone has the talent to establish themselves in the highest ratio. So no one is no one is dissuading. Everyone has the power to survive in this world, because we have the power to overcome every aspect. Only the human being has the power to overcome every aspect, just because of microevolution. Because still today, the evolution is going on. Evolution in that case, nowadays, the artificial intelligence, the human being has been incorporated. So this is the another one positivism. Someone is believing that when the AI has come, that means the robot will direct us. No, it cannot possible, because the human being has the thinking capacity which robot doesn't have. So this way we can say that the positivism is emphasizing on our every aspect of life. When we are thinking the positive, because success is not possible within a day. Success is a suffering or success is a work power which we have done in your experience. In the case of the educational level, in the case of the developmental level, in the case of the socio-cultural aspect, in the case of the techno-economical aspect, in the case of the socio-economic purposes, every sector in the socio-cultural way, we can develop our positivism. And through positivism, we can develop our, strategy of life. In my class, I am taking the sociology in the law. So I always said to the law student that you are the social engineer. So lawyers are social engineer. So why they are social engineer? Because they have the power to build up the society in a lawful manner. So everyone doesn't have the power or capacity to know the law, because law is the only laid down features. But to know the law and know the sociology and the social science, then if you can practice with this knowledge, so you have to protect the life. That means if any criminal stand in front of you, first you have to know that he is a human being. Maybe he has done his mistake, or maybe he has crime. When you are checking him out, when you are treating him, when you are just advocating for him, so he or she will be the first. So you have to protect the human rights. So in this way, we can say that every individual have the life to sustain. Every individual have the sustainability in this world. That is the realistic society. In a realistic society, every counteract. That means if I am behaving the good, so give respect to gain respect. Reciprocal system, all are the relative method. So everything is happening in the scientific manner and scientific point of view. Whenever we are introducing ourselves, our thinking capacity, our origination, it's also matter. Because when we are originate, we always say that the family background is nothing but a good tutorial. Because if the parents are quite literate and educated, so they can give their children the better ideological point of view. So the prejudice should not be. Then the student, when we access, that means, so if we cannot look back, because evolution say one thing, we cannot look back. We cannot quadruped now. When we stand as a biped, that means biped locomotion, when we get it, that means we cannot get back to the quadruped life. So once we have achieved, that means it has achieved. One, our environment is changing. When we are surviving with this environment in the philosophical way, educational way, sociological way, anthropological point of view, science, arts, commerce, whatever is the conditions, so we are enriching ourselves in the enriching point of view, that we are enriched ourselves in knowledge and courage. So success is a point where you can take. So if someone has done the bad thing to me, so if I can Gandhiism or policy of Gandhiism, that you can give me one side of your so I am giving you slap on your one cheek, then you can give the another one. No, not that. So it is the point, this situation, because we have came up close, we have covered this way, because at the time of independence, it was his policy. But if we can do it nowadays, it is not the suitable for this environment. So environmental factor here, environment is nothing but the social system. This social system would not approach it, because everyone knows everything, because we know our conscious of brain is so developed, so we can think, our capacity of thinking is so developed, so everyone has the need. And human beings have the one more thing, the always human being want the best. So if the human being will be the static, so if not the dynamic, then the evolution could not be stopped, and evolution cannot be stopped. So evolution is going on. That means we want more. This moreness is the main factor which is giving us more success. If I can complete madhyamik, then higher secondary, then graduation, then master, then PhD, then DSc, whatever is there. So want the more, not happy with the BSc degree. If I could have been happy with the BSc degree, then there is life status will be the different. So living standard, when we are getting the living standard, I have to want the more. This moreness, this he also mentioned that Adani, Ambani, whatever the they are dissuading the lower people. This means the strata, the social strata is the social stratification. This the strata is lower economic group, middle economic group, higher economic group. This strata is always mentioning because those people are developing themselves in their own positivism. They are maintaining the strata. At the same way, the social process, if we can emphasize on this social process, there is a accommodation and assimilation. This accommodation, we are accommodating ourselves, so every individual have the capacity to project it themselves, and they can adjust it themselves in each and every place. That's why they are human being. The human being can develop their society and develop their social structure in every parts of the life. The stone forest, the human being, where is not human being, they are surviving. They are the human beings are the some species, they can survive in each and every region, each and every surfaces. So that's why they are reaching to the success. No animal being can defeat the human being, because they have the thinking capacity. So this thinking capacity is giving us the positivism. We have seen the Biden, the condition was there, and where he is. If he could have been morose in his lifestyle, so he could not been the Biden. He could not have been the where he is standing now. So always think the positivism. Positivism is giving you the lot of energy. Positivism will give you the consciousness. Positivism will develop your inner aspects. You don't know what capacity is inside you. If you not explore with the positivism, how do you know that you have such kind of talent? So no one can say that. So every child have the power, every child have the capacity. So it is true that the when we are born, when we will die one day. But till such time, the I would not say the God, that till such time the science is giving us this lifespan. This lifespan we have to live as a king size. That means we have to enjoy all spheres of the life. We know the what we can do, we know the what may happen. If we can speculate, if we can positivism, so we can speculate it that what may happen. That is the positivism. That's why the Nostradamus said the what should have been happened. The 5,000 years ago he has been written. There is a big book. So Nostradamus, the great philosopher, he has said that the tsunami which we have seen in the 2005, it has happened, and the Nostradamus said, and this tsunami, this COVID situation would have been happened, he has said. So how he has said? He has mentioned all the things will be happen for on the view of his positivism. So if we can concentrate, if we can meditate ourselves, we can get the brain research. Recent time, the brain do substance in our brain, and our brain is we have carrying the same brain. You have the cranial capacity, myself cranial capacity, Dr. Bush's cranial capacity, XYZ, whoever is there, their cranial capacity is 1500 cc at modern time. But there are very few nerve cells are active. And if we can exercise ourselves, if we can oxygenate our brain cells through this positivism, then we can get the success. That means we can acquire knowledge, we can make our positive life, we can be good health, we can be maintain our life with the positivism. Because that's because of whatever has done in this world, the human being has done it. No one. We have sent the Chandrayaan 3 in the moon, so that is human being also done it. So no other animals have done it. So if we are surviving in this world, if we are maintaining the good life in this world, we have to depend upon the positivism. And this positivism is your success, and this success will make it in your real life. So real life is a fact where we can make ourselves enriched through this positivism. So if I can say, yes, I don't need it, that means this much of life is enough. Two sharis is more enough for me. I can leave it for till my death. So I don't want anything. But it is a negativism. At the same time, there are so many scientists, they have been emphasized on their positive approach. So positivism is the main factor to achieve your life. And if we can achieve to reach our goal, that is the human characteristics. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
गजब, थैंक यू। ये आप दोनों ही एक ही कॉलेज में पढ़े थे क्या आप? अरे गजब, अग्निहोत्री सर।
मुझे तो लगा आज मैडम मुखर्जी जो है वो कंपटीशन पे आ गई हैं, क्योंकि जब वो इतना बढ़िया खेल गए, वो करीब 250 रन बना के, तो सेंचुरी तो अपने को लगानी थी। सेंचुरी से कम पर कम समझौता नहीं हो सकता। ये तो बवाल ही होती है। अगर शॉर्ट ऑफ टाइम में होता है, इन्होंने तो पवन जी ने तो पहले ही जो है वो अपनी इनिंग कॉल कर ली। मतलब वो सचिन तेंदुलकर और राहुल की तरह, नहीं तो डबल सेंचुरी होती है। आज ने कहा, now he cannot afford to invite any other person tonight for the same, because the thoughts are so much emerging in everybody's mind. It is 1500 cc and one can go beyond of that. तो इसलिए बड़ा खतरा लग रहा है मुझे कि हम अगर हम ऐसे में आदरणीय डोमा जी को या किसी और को इनवाइट कर ले, अगर कर लिया तो ब्राह्म मुहूर्त निश्चित है, ये समझ लीजिए। आपको तो अच्छा लगेगा, अपने फ्लाइट का आपको आसानी हो जाएगी, तैयारी कर लेंगे।
आदरणीय जगदीश्वर सर कुछ बोलेंगे?
कुछ क्या, बहुत
उसके बाद गुरुदेव का
बहुत कुछ बोल सकते हैं, बोलना।
आदरणीय जगदीश्वर सर।
धन्यवाद पवन कुमार जी, सबको मेरा विनम्र प्रणाम। मैं केवल शायद साइकत है या नहीं, डॉक्टर साइकत है या नहीं, बट इन दैट कॉन्टेक्स्ट आई एम गोइंग टू गिव 2-3 references which should not have adverse impact in the society or any group of people. Here, one, as Agnihotri ji referred about the Gita sloka, that is karmanyeva adhikarastheshu ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phal hetur bhute sangosva karmani. Every action you have to perform. You have to perform with surrenderiness, not with the expectations. Of course, if a expectation should not be, then the achievement will also not be. That is why, okay, your achievement and you are always the goal of your to reach Paramapurusha, Paramatman. When Paramatman is your goal, then there is the question of only for the greediness and something, which we are accustomed to accumulate. Why human being wants to accumulate so many things? Accumulation is at the discretion of human life only, not any other living beings. Of course, living beings like parrot or some pigeon, they collect for their household necessity. For example, some they sit and collect and make home for them to live, like that. It is for a collection of their livelihood only. But here, with the human being, it is not like that. Whatever it may be, even all primary necessities, not only abundance, is that means with him by the grace of Almighty Lord. Even then also, nobody in this world that, are you fully satisfied with your life at the end of their life, you ask. No, everybody say that I have not satisfied life. Still, I wanted to earn this thing, or name and fame, or wealth, and all the mundane objects only, mundane things only, not even supramundane or something above the supramundane. Like this, why? This inquisitiveness is with the human being? Because the expression totally at large will be only human being, not other living beings they can express. If you go and you see that a child being asked while going to bazaar, my boy, what should I bring to you? Then the child will reply that, ask the person that, you bring this much for me, either maybe what article and that babe wishes to. Why? Abundant, then just stretching the hand like this, these many. Can you imagine that the want which has been embedded with that small baby, and stretching the hands can give you any quantum? No, we cannot measure, because it wishes to expect that so much we have the inquisitiveness of the human being in expression that अनंत का मतलब क्या होता है? Unlimitedness is Paramatman. Not everything other than Paramatman is limited. That is why the expression of the baby without any understanding, that says that so much is not the quantum. Like that it goes on. Sorry, my recharge is 1%. I'm going to end. Like that, expression with the human being only will be like that, unlimitedness. It expects. And other thing that Dr. Saikat cited about the pouring the milk, containers and containers of milk. For this also, I give one another sloka. Uttamam Brahma Sadbhavo, Madhyamam Dhyana Dharanaha, Japastutisya Adhama, Murti Puja Adhama Adhama. How many are here to understand? If it is taken into very critical view, somebody will become a bitter outlook, and somebody will think that what Jagadishwar has commented like this. That is why Dr. Saikat, it is at the standards of one's
एक्सीलेंट जी, एक्सीलेंट। आज क्या बात, आज सर ये मतलब हम लोग कहीं भागवत कथा तो नहीं सुन रहे, सच में। आप म्यूट हैं
सर। कोई रिटायर करना है लगता है। हमारे यहाँ के बड़े बड़े महामंडलेश्वर जी हैं, ये तो हमारे राम भद्राचार्य जी तक पहुंच गए, जहाँ पर अनंत आध्यात्मिक सीरीज शुरू हुई IRES की है, इंटरनेशनल स्पिरिचुअल हो गया।
जय हो, जय हो, जय हो।
इसको
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। आई थिंक ऑल द डिस्कशन जो भी हम लोग डिस्कस किए, ये तो लाइफ से जुड़ा हुआ है और सभी को इसको मंथन करना चाहिए अपने मन में। और जैसे हम कहते हैं कि इसे आपके मन मंदिर में प्रतिष्ठा करना है। लाइक सिर्फ ये सुनने की चीज नहीं है, इसे जिंदगी में आपको अप्लाई करना है। और ये अप्लाई करना इतना इजी नहीं है कि हम घर पे गए और ये हम अप्लाई कर पाए। इसके लिए भी एक ट्रेनिंग चाहिए, इसके लिए भी एक प्रैक्टिस चाहिए। धीरे धीरे ये सब चीज जो है हमको इनकॉर्पोरेट करना चाहिए। हमारे जो स्क्रिप्चर्स है वो इतना सुंदर सभी के लाइफ के जो ट्रेनिंग्स हमें दे रहा है, अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम उससे सीख नहीं पा रहे हैं। ये हमारा कमी है, हमारा शॉर्ट कमिंग्स है। वी हैव टू वर्क आउट ऑन दिस। यही मेरा कहना है कि हमको प्रयास करना चाहिए, इसको इनकॉर्पोरेट करना चाहिए।
इसके लिए आप जैसे उद्बोधक भी तो होना चाहिए, जो उद्बोधन कराते रहे समय समय पर। जानकारी सबको, लेकिन उद्बोधन कराना, ये जो रीओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम होता है, ROTP, वो होते हैं जरूरी है कि हमारा मानव मात्र पृथ्वी पर आए हुए हैं तो उद्देश्य कुछ और ही है। एक शब्द सब लोग कहते हैं उपलक्ष्य में, विवाह, यज्ञोपवीत, बर्थडे कोई होता था, फलाने कार्य के उपलक्ष्य में आप आमंत्रित हैं। तो वहां पर शब्द ये बताया गया मेरे को कि उपलक्ष्य जो है वो होता है तात्कालिक, जिस किसी कार्य में आते हैं, लेकिन असली लक्ष्य तो मोक्ष की प्राप्ति है। लक्ष्य का उपयय है, वो उपलक्ष्य कहलाता है। तो जितने पृथ्वी पर रहते हुए भौतिक कार्यक्रमों में हम लोग भाग लेते हैं, वे सब किसी किसी कारण के उपलक्ष्य होते हैं, और लक्ष्य हमारा पुरुषार्थ चतुष्टय की प्राप्ति करके मोक्ष की प्राप्ति करना है। ऐसा लेके चलेंगे तो चीजें याद आती रहेंगी। बहुत बहुत आप लोग जुड़े, आपने अपना ज्ञान वर्धन कराया हम लोगों को, बहुत बहुत
आदरणीय
हृदय से आभार।
लक्ष्मीकांत द्विवेदी सर
हाँ
से
हाँ ना, उनको आपको आमंत्रित करे, पहले अपने अतिथि वक्ताओं का आभार करते हुए मैं आदरणीय गुरुदेव प्रोफेसर लक्ष्मीकांत द्विवेदी जी को सादर आमंत्रित करते हैं कि आपके आशीर्वचन से आज की इस वेबिनार का कार्यक्रम संपन्न किया जा सके। आदरणीय प्रोफेसर लक्ष्मीकांत जी, नमस्कार।
सभी वृंद को, और जो चर्चा चली काफी उत्साहजनक रही, और जहाँ प्रसन्नता की बात है उसके साथ में सीधा लक्ष्य जो है वो त्रिवर्ग प्राप्ति के बाद चौथा मोक्ष प्राप्ति के लिए प्रयास करना, यही जीवन का एक ध्येय है, और उसके लिए रसशास्त्र भी है। और सभी को धन्यवाद। शुभ रात्रि, नमस्कार।
शिवरात्रि,
शुभरात्रि।
बहुत बहुत आभार। शिवरात्रि, सभी को प्रणाम, नमस्कार, आभार।